Hey, what is up guys? So we are going to be going over all of the new patch notes for the PTR. So this is official. My name and GF posted that they are going to be making these changes. It's going to happen tomorrow, or I guess later today if you're watching this vid today. But anyways, nonetheless, let's go ahead and jump right into all of the notes for the buffs, the nerfs, for all of the heroes that are getting changed. Now, I do want to say, keep in mind that this is the PTR, which is the public test round, but 99% of the time, these changes do go over the live server very soon. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with our first nerf, and it's pretty big. Anna, not looking too good next patch, but anyways, Biotic Rifle, dealing 60 damage instead of 80, so that's a huge difference because normally you'd be able to kill those 200 HP targets in 3 shots, but now it's going to take an additional shot. And then in addition to that, her Biotic Grenade is getting nerfed twice, so the impact damage is reduced, which I think is that's reasonable. The healing is also reduced, which I think is reasonable. As a Genji player myself, I like to kill that old lady, take those candies away from her, but I'm pretty happy about that. On all the notes, you guys can tell me how you feel about this. Are you glad? Are you upset? I guess if you're an Ana player, that's it's a lot of nerfs. That's reducing damage, reducing healing. I still think that she's great in the game, but I'm just happy because I don't like dealing with Ana because she heals for too dang much. But anyways, next up, Junkrat, very small change to him. He doesn't deal any damage to himself via his left click, basically. His little mine, it didn't do damage anyways to himself, but that's really good. So I guess that's just a buff for the Junkrat players. I know he's not the most popular, but I'm Masters and I still play him and I still win games. I think he's definitely pretty good, but this change isn't going to make players that normally wouldn't play Junkrat go, oh my gosh, I want to play Junkrat now, because at high level, you really shouldn't be hitting yourself in the first place. But nonetheless, that's pretty good. Next up, this is pretty crazy. The new hero already is taking some nerfs. So Orisa over here, her magazine size is cut by 25%. That's actually a pretty big deal because, yeah, that really limits the amount of DPS that she can do over a course of period. You're going to have to reload. But nonetheless, I thought that that's pretty good, though. I made my video talking about her, and I felt like she was really strong. This doesn't change how strong she is because, you know, she's a tank that can still dish out a bunch of damage. But I think that that change is pretty good. You guys let me know how you feel about that. But then we got Supercharger. The cost is increased by 15%. So basically, it takes longer for you guys to build the ultimate on her. So I think those are fine changes. I didn't think that like it built super fast to the point where it was super broken. But that magazine size, I definitely agree with. But you guys can tell me how you feel about that if you even played her before. But yeah, I mentioned that in my video. I was like, she got way too many shots in her magazine. But anyways, next up, Sombra actually getting buffed, but it's not the buff that most of you guys wanted. Every time I always say Sombra needs to do more damage if you put her in the attack category. But Blizzard just says, just reduce the cooldown. So not only did she get a cooldown reduced on the translocator, but the sound effects and VO distance for entering and exiting stealth is reduced to 15 meters. So you can't hear her from super far away, although she's not really seen too much play. Anyways, once in a while I'll see her in a Masters game, but it's very rare. But let me know if you guys feel like that's going to make Sombra super strong. I still think she needs more damage, Blizzard. But anyways, next up we got a huge buff for Winston. So Barrier Protector, the cooldown now starts when the barrier is placed instead of when it ends. And this is huge. Whether you are stalling for Winston or just playing him in general, this makes him so much better because you know, the cooldown starts immediately as soon as you place down the barrier, and it's overall really good for Winston. And then we got a very interesting buff from Zenyatta. So Orb of Destruction, alternate fire recovery reduced from 1 second to 0.6, so he's going to be a little bit faster. And then on top of that, Orb of Discord can now target enemies through barriers. So that's pretty good. You got that annoying little Bastion hiding behind them barriers. You're going to be able to Discord him. Hopefully someone can go in and deal some damage. And then on top of that, I was thinking like, you know, you barriers, you get someone through the barrier and then Symmetra shoots the orb and you can get through the barrier anyways. I think that's interesting. Definitely good to see Zenyatta get a buff. Although I don't really care to play Zenyatta myself because of this, because he ain't Genji. But hopefully we'll get some Genji buffs soon, guys. But that's it for the patch notes. Let me know, are you guys upset about this? Are you pretty happy about these buffs? I think these changes are overall pretty good, but can you please give Sombra more damage? I think if she's in the attack category, she gotta do more damage, Blizzard, but that's just how I feel. And every single patch is like, oh, we buffed Sombra, guys. We lowered a cooldown. I'm waiting for them to make the cooldown like 0.1 second, and still no one gonna really like Sombra on the team. They're gonna be like, get off Sombra! But anyways, guys, I've ranted long enough, but you guys can tell me how I feel about anything down below. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'm signing out.